Hello and good evening. Uh, I'm still waiting for a few more people to join in. This is our first episode of Systemic Coaching 101. Just waiting for a few more people to join in. Come live. You can show me your presence by, of course, putting a hi, hello, or thumbs up. I can see a lot of loves going up. Thank you so much. And I hope you all are able to see me. The connection is proper. Akash says, lovely background, so thank you. This is the space where I work from. This is also the space where in times of, in non-corona times, I do my constellations. So thank you. So there is a reason why we have, gathered. Hi, Paramita. There's a reason why we have gathered in today's live. We've come together because we want to talk about this life-changing premier program called Systemic Coaching. Actually, it's three things coming together. There's something called Systemic Coaching. Then there's something called Family Constellation. Then there is something called Inherited Family Trauma Resolution. And today I'm going to talk about all three of them and about this new upcoming program that's happening next year. Now, a lot of people are asking me, why are you, talking about it right now in September itself when the program is next year in February, actually. And I tell them that I'm doing it because, a lot of people joined this year. And many people were asking me, when are you going to do it next? Some people wanted to join in between. And I said that, it's difficult to join in between because you would not get the head and tail of it. It's a long program. It's a really long program. It lasts this time it lasted for I would say around 7 months, from April onwards till December now. But next year, because of a few improvisations and a few additions, it's going to last for 10 months. So many people have been asking me about this program. Many people have been asking me, what is Family Constellation? What is Systemic Coaching? And I've told them that, I'm going to create a series of videos for all of you to watch and know what is this program that I do. How is a Family Constellation independent healing session different from a training session? Who can do the training session and why should they do it, right? So I'll give you a background of all of this, of what this program is all about, what is the kind of work I do, as well as how independent sessions work, as well as how group sessions work, okay? So I'm just going to check if the time is right. I think it's already 5 and people have joined in. So I'll tell you what happened this year. In the beginning of this year, when we had everything shutting down, there was lockdown, it was difficult for all of us to function. Therapy also changed its shape, changed its form. People who were coming to me for one-on-one sessions, they started reaching out to me on Zoom. And while I was working with people on a one-on-one Family Constellation setup, I still couldn't bring myself to work with them over Zoom or online. But then I saw a new possibility opening up. Even on Zoom, even online, even on Skype, on Google Duo, we could work and actually arrive at successful results. A lot of people started approaching me from different parts of the world, and that is when I started figuring out what kind of program would I like to deliver to people who want to learn from me. Because usually I run a diploma program called Diploma in Transformational and Holistic Psychotherapy, which majorly focuses on understanding psychotherapy from an integrated perspective. We have methods like emotional freedom technique, methods like regression therapy, inner child healing. But then family constellation came in a completely different light. Um, so when family constellation came and it appeared as this course in front of me, and as we kept on working with different people, even the course evolved. So what is this course all about? What is systemic coaching all about? What is family constellation all about? What is inherited family trauma resolution all about? What do we do in this whole series of workshops that we conduct one after the other, and we bring together different aspects, different topics, different subjects of family constellation together under this one umbrella, under this one course. So this course is your one-stop certification for systemic coaching, family constellation, and inherited family trauma resolution. Okay? And this course was developed this year in 2020 when we worked with a whole lot of people. Today in our course we have more than I think 35 people, more than 35 people who are currently still learning. We are still in our sixth module. I'll tell you what the modules are about. We are still in our sixth module. We'll be finishing by the time we reach our eighth module. So I took some time to improvise on these different modules, but I'll tell you what these modules are about. So in February 2021, we are going to start with this new online certification course called Systemic Coaching, Family Constellation, and Inherited Family Trauma Resolution. Okay, so it's going to be an online course. Now, a lot of people ask me, how can you do family constellation online? How is it even possible? For you to do family constellation, you need people around you. So for people who do not know about what is systemic coaching, what is family constellation, I will tell you in a bit. Okay, so hold on, be there. Okay. Niyati, you have asked me, is online learning for courses like this effective compared to in person? So I can tell you one thing, that I have clients all over the world. In every part of the world I have clients, and they reach out to me for online sessions, and years of psychotherapy that they have been to physically, being present and worked on, they still are not able to resolve it, because the change that happens in a constellation session, be it online or be it in person, depends on what is brought to the table by the therapist. And that is exactly what we need to know here, that now, because the face of therapy has changed so much, so an online session of family constellation will provide you what 20 sessions of psychotherapy cannot give you. Okay, that much I can vouch for. Okay, in fact, that much can be vouched for by many other people who have been doing this course with me. Garima, who is here, she's one of our course coordinators, and she says, Niyati, it is by far the most powerful courses I have ever attended. And that is true, because therapy also has changed its own form, its nature, its kind, and has moved beyond and ahead of time and space. So we are no longer limited by time, no longer limited by space, no longer limited by an interface. We all are living in worlds that we couldn't have imagined of in the last, let's say in the last 5 years even, or in the last 6-7 years. So we are living in this world. For example, right now when I'm talking, the information, wisdom or knowledge that is moving through me and that is going to all of you, it's not brought about by me. It's happening from somewhere else. I am just one of the channels through which it is happening. But at the same point of time, this interface, this online interface, Facebook Live cannot prevent it from going there, right? So it can't be prevented from being received. Okay. So I have some beautiful comments. Even Kareen says that I confirm it is an amazing and valuable course. Definitely. Thank you, Kareen. Suniti also says, I have learned Constellation with Gaurav in person and done the online course. The online course provided me so much more. In fact, even ease of conducting the sessions with clients across the globe. Cognial courses, Cognial is my academy. Cognial courses allows you to practice immediately, and that's the USP. Exactly, that is the USP, that the moment you start learning, you also are equipped with tools and techniques in such a manner that you are able to practice it. And what it facilitates for you, as Suniti said, what it facilitates for you is that it makes you very comfortable with doing online sessions with other clients all over the world, right? Otherwise, we are always hesitant to, can we do an online session? Is it possible to do therapy over Zoom? Is it going to be effective? That's the question I get every time. And again, it has been proved, time and again, people have experienced, and if they wouldn't have experienced, I wouldn't have been getting such comments right now. Shrivani also says that I have learned best course and met best teacher. Thank you, Vani. So this is the proof that the course has been exceptionally impactful and powerful. And the fact that it doesn't matter whether we are learning offline or online, the very fact that we are able to commit to this course for a period of 10 months over 10 modules in itself is enough for all of us to learn what we want to learn. In fact, it makes it easier for us, because then we don't have to be restricted by time and space, or one doesn't have to travel, because I live in Delhi. One doesn't have to come to Delhi every time to meet me, to work with me, to learn from me. Okay, so that's also the USP. Okay, so going back to people asking me, how can you do family constellation? Because you need people to do it. And I tell you that you don't need people to do it. You need your client. You need yourself. If you are someone who wants to get family constellation therapy done, you simply need yourself. You do not need other people who are going to be there. Now, people who do not know about how family constellation work, I'm going to give you a short, very, very brief idea about what constellation is. So basically, family constellation is a way of showing you what are the different traumas, difficult experiences of your forefathers, ancestors, of your mother and father, as well as experiences of your life that you carry that has been impacting you till today. Many people keep going to psychotherapy, and then they keep talking, analyzing, intellectualizing all their problems, and over a period of time, what happens is they are also tired. They're really, really tired to simply talk about it, because you see, you have to understand that intellectualizing your problems are not going to work for you. Intellectualizing your problems are going to give you a rational structure, sort of an idea of why it's happening, but then you would not be able to figure out how to get out of it, because, well, you think that your problems are your problems only, but that's not the case. Your problems are not your problems only. Your problems belong to the family, belong to the system that you come from. Your family is composed of your mother, your father, your sister, brother, grandmother, grandfather, uncle, aunt. All of these people make your family. Similarly, you also belong to a race, to a tribe, to a culture, to a country. Just like we see that how COVID-19 is affecting all of us, and we all are going through a collective trauma. Similarly, collective traumas in one particular group, in one particular system, has the ability to affect every single individual that belongs to that group, that belongs to the system. So what Family Constellation as well as systemic coaching does is it makes you aware of those different traumas that you bring with yourself systemically. Okay? The fact that we are all a part of a larger whole, of a larger system, and the traumas that we carry that influences our life, our health, our relationship, our money problems, everything, all of this are brought from different parts of where you belong to. You may be carrying certain traumas that your father went through. You may be carrying the sufferings and the difficulties of your mother who went through a difficult period when she gave birth to you. You may be carrying traumas of people who have died further back in the generation. You may be carrying difficult experiences which were carried by, let's say, one of your sibling. If, let's say, some sibling has died or was miscarried or was aborted, then it is possible to carry those traumas as well within you and manifest it in your life in different forms. One of the commonest example is how we see our parents' relationship. The kind of relationship that we see between our mom and dad, our mother and father, is exactly what we also bring about in our own relationship, in our own partnerships. Why does that happen? It is not just a question of perception. It's not just a question of learning. It's also a question of carrying. You carry something from there which cannot be pinpointed by saying that, oh, this is a behavior that has been carried. This is a pattern that is being carried. This is a error of inheritance that you are carrying. That's not the only fact. What you carry is also quite invisible, and that is why we also call it the unconscious. So unconsciously, you may be carrying different emotions in you, which can be guilt, which can be sadness. Some people feel a great amount of void and emptiness in their life. They move into addiction. They move into a path of, let's say, destruction. They don't end up living a full whole life because then they have to go into the void. All of these things happen because the void not only comes from within you. The void also comes from the lives and experiences of your parents, of your grandparents, of your forefather. Many people who have had forefathers who went to war and came back with a lot of trauma, who came back completely and totally changed. Second generation, third generation survivors of these people show great amount of void, show that they have a lot of panic, they have fear, they go through these anxiety attacks. And whenever we address it in the purview of systemic coaching and family constellation, we get to know that these traumas of panic and fear and anxiety have been inherited from somewhere further back. Probably there are a lot of people who died in a war. Maybe there was a massacre. Maybe there was a partition between two countries like India-Pakistan partition where a lot of people suffered, and people who belong to that generation, people who have come forward and now have survived, go through similar kind of attacks, similar kind of panic, similar kind of nightmares. And that's what Family Constellation does. It exposes you and makes you aware of what are the different traumas you carry, not only from your life, but from the lives of your ancestors, of your forefathers, mother and father. And it gives you remarkable results because the method is like that. I will, of course, be discussing more about the method, in the upcoming series, in the upcoming episodes. But today, let me talk about what this program is all about. I have a few comments and questions, I think. So please keep your questions and comments coming, okay? Kareen writes, I was already a practitioner and wanted to set up my practice online for a few years, and that has helped definitely to take that step. And now I do online only, and that is so much easier for me and my clients. See, so this is the result. Thank you so much, Kareen, for this beautiful feedback that even for practitioners who are already practicing or might be in another modality or doing another form of therapy, this program equips you with the skills as well as with the ability to conduct these online sessions. And because you keep learning it in the online format over a period of time, you become really, really comfortable in order to do more and more online sessions. And as I said, that every single person who is practicing online will vouch for this, that they have affected their clients in a way where they couldn't affect earlier, as in terms of positive change, that there has been a lot of positive change which was not possible perhaps earlier. So now even normal one-to-one talk psychotherapy also doesn't give us that kind of insight and understanding, as well as the fact that there is an unburdening that happens, the fact that there is a huge amount of relaxation that happens in a family constellation session. And it's purely a non-intellectual process, because it's a process of movement. It's how you move from a space of burden, you move from a space of tension, you move from a space of stress to a more relaxed space. Your body actually moves. Even if you're doing an online session, you can actually feel the effect of the constellation on your body. Okay, so a lot of people feel it at the body level, and then there is a huge shift that lasts over, I would say, that lasts permanently. Okay, so if you learn to do a proper constellation, you will be able to affect your clients in such a positive manner that even one session is going to leave and cast a huge impact on them. Okay, I have more comments. After talking to my clients, now I feel that constellation is something I need to learn. It's so powerful. Thank you, Alankrita, for acknowledging that. We have another question. Can we do family constellation on our own selves, or do we always need someone else to do it on us? So I would say that I have tried and I have failed to do that. Okay, so but then I'm also blessed to have great colleagues. I'm blessed to have great friends. And now the fact that our online family has grown so much because of this course, therefore I can actually ask anyone for help. In fact, every time I have to do a constellation, I simply declare to my online family members that that I want to do a constellation, and each one of them comes forward in a matter of minutes. So the fact that it's okay that I'm not able to do a constellation for myself or by myself, but then I do have people with me, enough number of people who are willing to help me out and who are willing to be there, who can facilitate a constellation or also represent in a constellation. Okay. I have a personal comment by Shrivani, who says that I took session with Gaurav and then decided to learn from you. It's not only helping me in knowing self-realized relationships, but also help me to move from fear of hereditary diseases. So this is a very beautiful and important point. I would say that, the moment you do a constellation or a coaching which involves the idea of the system, what happens is you realize that the fears and the difficulties, as well as the experiences, the unexplainable feelings of sadness and void and depression that you carry are not just yours. They come from somewhere else. They did not begin with you, they begin somewhere else. And then when you realize that, and that realization, I must tell you, it's not intellectual, it's not brain oriented. That realization is body oriented. You feel that realization in your body, within your body, and the moment you step into that, realization, what happens is automatically you are able to let go of so many things that earlier you thought you couldn't let go, because, well, up until now we were intellectualizing. So then we stop intellectualizing, we feel it in the body, and we let go of it through the body. That's what happens in a constellation session. Initially, it may not look like as if the body is releasing, but the moment a constellation is over, people go through responses, people go through feelings, people go through changes in their body structure, as well as in their even people go through changes in their physiology as well, by the way. And then they see that they are able to lose, they are able to give up, they are able to let go so much. Someone told me in one of my training programs, in one of these constellation training programs, that just by constellating, just by addressing, they could lose some 3 to 4 kgs from their body, because they felt that they were carrying excess weight. And this excess weight was something that that was hampering, that was hindering them from going ahead in life. And they simply constellated and saw and acknowledged what was happening, and upon acknowledgement they could let go of it. So what I'm trying to say is, this awareness that comes with constellation, with resolution of inherited family trauma, and with systemic coaching is deeper than what we can understand at an intellectual level. Okay, so it takes us way deeper into our soul, and that's where the whole movement, that's where the whole transformation happens. Okay, so I'm going to read a few more comments, I guess. Shruti says that for everyone who are resistant to online versus in person, I have realized 100% that it totally depends on the therapist or trainer who is taking the session or class. Medium of learning plays a very small role here. Learning from Dr. Gaurav has been the most powerful learning of my life. This course is a must for people looking for expansion of experience in the field of therapy and healing. Thank you so much for this valuable and such a generous feedback. And it actually strengthens my purpose, it strengthens my let's say view and understanding that actually medium of learning makes no difference, as long as we, all of us in different parts of the world and different parts of the country, are able to hold space and bring something something profound, cause a transformation which is deep. So thank you so much. Another comment we have from Kareen, Gaurav has really brought awareness and support in his course, and as well as an additional workshop and talk like the one in Boundaries. This one has been definitely the one that makes me decide to take the online step for my practice. So a lot of people are actually breaking their boundaries, or breaking their walls, which stop them from doing online sessions. So we are doing more and more online sessions, and why not? Then of course we are able to affect more and more people's lives. So what is stopping you? Whoever is stopping you is you. You are the one who has decided that online sessions do not work, that online sessions are not effective, that online sessions do not leave the kind of mark that physical sessions do. But then that's false. That's an idea in our head. That's nothing more than an idea. So Kareen says that totally agree with Shruti. It has to do with the therapist's energy and not the online or in-person factor. So thank you for affirming that it's actually the energy of the therapist, energy of the trainer, energy of the whole program, and the way we do the therapy online, that is more important than the presence of the therapist physically. And I believe that that's more and more a requirement, so that we are able to affect and bring a change in the lives of our clients who may not be able to be there with us physically, and we may not be there for them physically. That's the reason why I have created this online program on behalf of Cognial Healers Academy and International Practitioners of Holistic Medicine. And this is a 10-module program. 10 module means that there are going to be 10 levels of the program. Okay, so give me a moment to simply take out the document. And by the way, all of you who are attending this live program, I will be doing more and more lives on this, and therefore I will also be talking more about this program in the upcoming months. So this is September, so be there, hold on. I'm going to talk about it at least till January. So I'm just going to bring out the document here, and why I'm taking out the document, and in due course of time I'm going to make the document available to everyone in the form of PDF, in the form of link. So please, if you have not signed in to our group, to our Facebook group, Workshops by Cognitive Healers Academy and Dr. Gaurav Deka, if you are not a part of this Facebook group, then you should come and be a part of it and join in. Meanwhile, let me tell you what are the modules about. Okay, so there are 10 modules. These 10 modules are going to happen over a period of 10 months, which is February, March, April, May, June, July. August is going to be a break month. Then September, October, November, and December. So we are going to work and do this training over a period of 10 months. And there are going to be 10 different modules in every month. By modules, I mean levels, okay? So in the first module, we will be talking about the foundations of family constellation, what family constellation is, how can we learn to do it, what are the different placements, what is systemic coaching, how to identify problems in a system, all of that in module 1. Then moving on to module 2, we will move into the practice of family constellation and advanced concepts which are present in systemic coaching as well as family constellation, wherein we talk about different entanglements, people being tied to their ancestors, people carrying the fate of their ancestors, how people follow the patterns and behaviors of their parents, how children and parents are important. So there are different entanglements. That's what we are going to do in practice, okay? Similarly, in module 3, what we are going to do is there are numerous permutations and combinations of how a constellation can be done. You can do it with a group of people, you can do it alone, you can also do it individually with a client, you can do it with paper, you can do it with figurines, you can do it with real people. So basically there are many models, many forms, many types and many structures of doing a constellation. And the third module is all about learning those different forms and types and structures, okay? Then comes module 4, and module 4 is one of the most important module, wherein we learn about inherited family trauma and how to do an ancestral map, how to map out different trauma, and how to bring a three-dimensional understanding of your whole family tree on a paper and resolve it for yourself. So someone had asked me that if we can do a constellation for ourselves, even if we may not be able to do a constellation for ourselves, we can at least bring out this whole ancestral map for us and resolve it within the map. So the point is that even in the absence of a physical idea of a constellation, you can still be aware of what trauma you carry from your ancestors once you understand it from an inherited family trauma perspective, and see that without constellating, without representing in a constellation, you can still figure out your trauma and still resolve it on paper. Okay, again, this process, even if you do it on paper, it's a non-intellectual process, I would say. Okay, then we move on to module 5 and module 6. So both module 5 and module 6 are about relationships. So we have so many people coming with relationship queries, relationship conflicts, and then there is difference between partners, difference between husband and wife. So this is a huge topic. That is why this topic is going to cover 2 modules, module 5 and module 6. So under relationship, a lot of things come wherein we understand what role does every individual play in bringing the different patterns and belief systems of their family into their own relationships, and that's the dynamics we explore over these 2 modules, module 5 and module 6. Similarly, module 7 and module 8 are about disease. So everyone is going through one or the other physical, emotional, or mental ailment or difficulty. Things like autoimmune disorders. I have been talking about it in the group. Things like autoimmune disorders, diabetes, cancer, thyroiditis, Hashimoto's thyroiditis. All of these problems do have a deeper emotional root. And we know that these could also be a result of trauma. Many people are not able to figure out where do these traumas come from. So sometimes people say that it comes from your childhood. Sometimes people say that it comes from your time in your mother's womb. Some people even say that it comes from different lifetimes, and people say that it comes from your ancestors. So here we explore diseases and how people also carry disease as a result of certain trauma experienced in the system. And systemically also, disease has the ability to travel. Okay. Sorry. Similarly, module 9 is about family constellation and inner child trauma healing work. So I believe everyone who's associated with me knows what inner child healing is. I also do a specific form of healing and therapy called inner child healing, where we work with childhood traumas. So even by family constellation, we can address childhood traumas and release childhood traumas. And module 9 is all about that. And finally, module 10 in the next course. Module 10 is about family constellation with money, with finance, and with business. That how money is not just money. Money is an energy to which you have a relationship. You associate your self-worth to money. Sometimes some people associate guilt with money. Some people are scared of money. So there are different family belief systems also that we carry, that we associate with money, and that's how we bring the different blocks that we face with our own finances, with our business, with our money. So these were about the different levels of systemic coaching, family constellation, as well as inherited family trauma work. Understand that this work is a certified course. However, we will have people who will come to us not to be certified, but to resolve their own issues and to understand family traumas from a deeper, lengthier perspective, who can have the commitment to work for the next 10 months. Okay. So right now, we are still developing the payment process, the payment plan for the course, and we will be declaring it soon. However, registrations have started. In order to register, you can always get in touch with me, and you can even write to me on Facebook. You can DM me on Instagram. You can also WhatsApp me on my number. It's given in the group already. And you can also write to my email ID, gauravdeka.89@gmail.com. Okay. So Kareen is asking, is there a difference in last modules with our batch like the money one? Yes. As I said, that I have added a few improvisations. I've added a few classes, even few supervision classes, which are going to happen in the next year. And it's going to be a longer program than the program we did this year. So that's what the course is all about as of now. So now coming to the point of registration. So formally, I'm going to declare, we all are going to declare basically registrations of the course from September 15th onwards, 15th September of this year, 2020. And by the time it's November, the early bird discount is going to go away. Okay. So I'm going to post the link to knowing about the whole course, looking at the payment plan, registering your seat for the course. I'm going to post all of that in the comments section, and then of course you can probably get the early bird discount, and I would in fact urge you to come and get the early bird discount so that you don't have to pay up in installments later in the course. Okay, so because we know that as we move forward and take in more and more people for this online course, it's going to go up, right? So I urge all of you to come ahead and get in touch here on the group, or get in touch with me And keep a watch on this space also, by the way, because I'm going to put up all the information as well as the payment procedure and payment plan for all of you. So I have a few questions from existing people who are doing Family Constellation with me. Is there, okay, could we have an arrangement to attend the additional ones? Will our batch have access to the newer modules, Gaurav? Yes, there is going to be an arrangement, as well as I am going to declare a different process of enrollment for people who are going to repeat, because of course all courses need to be repeated, and because that's how you're going to learn more and more and more. I have repeated multiple times Family Constellation with more than 7 different trainers all across the globe. So yes, there will of course be a provision made for you to repeat and to be there, so don't worry about it, it's going to be there. Okay. Okay, so by attending your workshop, I met with a group of practitioners with whom I practiced Family Constellation sessions and resolved so many issues, as so others too. Thank you, Gaurav. I suggest this course to all for the gift exchange you receive in return to work with yourself. So yeah, thank you, Vani. This is like a gift that you give yourself. This whole course is a huge commitment you make to yourself in order to receive this big gift. Okay, so I'm going to declare the procedure as well as the information very soon, so please don't get worried. I can see a comment. If so, let us know how to proceed for those who were already in this current course, who attended additional ones. Thank you. Yes, of course I'm going to make it available, so so don't worry about it, because of course I will be allowing repetition of courses and people to come and do these courses, and the modules which are different from this year, because of course every year improvisations happen or in every single course. So whatever modules are different, people can of course come and repeat and attend, and that's how people learn more and more and more and more, right? So thank you for joining in. I will be coming up with the next episode of Systemic Coaching 101 soon, probably this week, probably next week, but you must stay tuned and you must be a part of this group in order to receive all the different videos that we are going to continue up until the end of this year. And I truly look forward to all of you coming forward and joining this program and becoming a part of this huge online family that we have in Systemic Coaching, Family Constellation, and Inherited Family Trauma Resolution. Thanks to all of you for joining in, and thank you so much for all the people who left such lovely and beautiful comments in the comment box. Thank you once again. See you then. Bye-bye.